Okay, we're at the Breakfast Club Rally BCR PreStage event, and it's Saturday morning, the 21st of June, and beautiful day, sunshine, and we're going to walk around a little bit and get some video of some cars, and it looks like the mark of the month is Porsche. I'll walk over there in a minute. Porsche is a big brand, so this might be a particular style of Porsche. We'll check that out. But there's a lot of people here. It's a beautiful day, and here we go. And just so people know, it's a chance you're going to be photographed. And another sign to give you some information: no sales, no signs, no flyers. So this is a cars and coffee type event. It is not a place to sell vehicles. All right, and here come some Porsches. Looks like 4 of them coming in. And a couple of cars going out. So here we are with some Porsche 944s, and that may be the mark of the month, or I should say the car that's being celebrated this month. Quite a few nice cars here. Each month at this event, there is one particular style of vehicle that's highlighted, and the front quadrant of the parking area is devoted to those cars, and it looks like the Porsche 944 is it this month. And there's some very nice examples. Here's a beautifully maintained bronze Porsche. Now this is a 928S, so I am not that familiar with the Porsche nomenclature other than the Boxster, which I believe is now called the 718, and the 911. But these all appear to be 928s, and as I said before, 944s. Here's one that's a 924S. And these all appear to be vehicles that are coupes. And then now there's one convertible down there. So we'll take a look at that and see. I learn something every time I come here about particular types of cars. Okay, this is a 968. And this is also a 968, as well as the red one and the white one next to that. There's a 968 next to a 944. All right, here's a Porsche 356. Actually, there's 3 of them all here together, and this one is really nicely restored. Beautiful interior. Got the cocoa mats and the luggage rack with some luggage on it. So off we go to an adventure. I don't know. That's a 1600 Super. Don't know what year that is, but probably from the 50s or maybe early 60s. Another one. This one's got the 1956 license plate on it. So that gives us a clue that it's from the 1950s. And from Universal Motor Cars in Los Angeles. Beautiful car. Wow. This is beautiful. Napa Valley Wine Country Road Rally. What a beautiful car that is. Really, really nicely restored.
Yeah, exactly. With this little opening right
also,
here.
This is a Porsche Carrera, also from the 1950s. I can tell by those dual taillights. Black on black. Beautiful interior.
It's the only thing that's fine right now. Is it really that well done? Like a normal car to me, yeah? I mean, in my mind. You know,
that's really, really nicely restored and maintained car. Here's some more. In the back lot here, there's no special organization. Some people do organize their cars by brand. There's a Pontiac GTO, a Camaro, and an Alfa Romeo. There's a BMW, another Alfa Romeo, a more modern one, the yellow, and that's a Suzuki Tracker, I believe, a Geo Tracker. I'm not positive. I think that was a Suzuki that was imported. The Geo became a General Motors brand. Here we have several Porsches that have been parked side by side. A GT3 RS, that's a very modern. Here's another GT3 RS. And a Porsche 914. Not very common, actually. A friend of mine had one of those. Fun cars. 1956 Chevrolet. This is very nicely restored. Nice yellow, white and yellow paint. Beautiful. It's an interior. Got an automatic transmission. I don't know how visible that is, but that car has been taken care of, restored and taken care of. That's a beautiful vehicle. And what car show would be complete without an XKE? And there it is, Jaguar XKE. That's a nicely restored car. That's paint on that's really, really nice. Very, very pretty car. The XK was always considered one of the most beautiful cars ever made, and I think that's still true. And here we've got a Ferrari, and of course the famous Ferrari prancing horse. We've got a little Alfa Romeo. Beautiful little car, red, obviously. I believe it's a Giulietta Spider, and nicely restored, complete with a fire extinguisher. That car is really nice, very nice. I have a soft spot in my heart for some reason for Alfa Romeos. Look at that dashboard. That's a beautiful, beautiful car. Keeping with my theme of finding special cars and cars that I like, this is a Lancia. And really, really nice restoration on this. It's got a beautiful interior. The top is up, so I'm not sure how well the video is going to turn out, but we'll give it a try. Now this is one of the early generation Ford Mustangs that's been completely remodeled. Restored, not remodeled, restored. Beautiful interior. It's got a 4-speed transmission. This was the Mustang GT 289, it says. I'm guessing that is somewhere in the mid-60s, probably 60, maybe 1966. I don't know for sure. I don't know how to tell the early Mustangs apart from each other, but that's been restored, very nicely restored. Here's another of my favorite cars, the Jaguar XKE. Excellent paint job on this. It's really, really been very nicely restored. That is a beautiful, beautiful example of an XKE. Look at that. That would be a dream car of mine if I had enough money and garage space. I think the interesting thing about these is this is the vehicle that started out as what was called the Boxster at the time, and it's grown into a full-fledged Porsche. That's a really nice looking car. That is really nice. Beautiful interior in that leather. Of course, it's pretty much brand new, so it should be in good shape. I started coming to this probably about a year ago, and of course during the winter when it's a little colder and darker, it doesn't get the same attendance it does on beautiful days like this. But this is one of the largest crowds I've seen here. Cars and people admiring the cars. We've got another Alfa Romeo here. That's nice. Very nice. It hasn't been completely restored. I'm guessing the paint may be it may be the original paint. That's hard to tell. But the car is really, really in nice shape. Yes. Love that Alfa interior. We've got a Maserati Quattroporte.
That generation software on the computer to be able to interface it and know and what's happening. What year?
And a Lamborghini. Actually, a couple of Lamborghinis side by side, both of them black. And the famous Lamborghini scissor door. And the Lamborghini V12 engine. Lamborghini Diablo. And we got another Ferrari here.
Yeah, I want to say last year.
458 Italia. Very, very beautiful car. Nicely done. And of course we've got the Scuderia Ferrari badge here. And yellow brake calipers, along with the yellow emblem on the wheels. That is quite a nice vehicle. Got a few more Porsches here. These are all of the 911 style with a Honda S2000 thrown in. And then we've got, I think this one's a 718. It's always fun to be able to photograph the interior of the convertibles. I guess this is the Boxster before it became the 718, or maybe its internal name was always 718. I'm not familiar with enough with Porsches, but that's a Boxster, Porsche Boxster S. And another car that I've always liked the styling of, this is the SL500 Mercedes-Benz Coupe. I think they started out as an SL190 and they grew as time went by. The vehicle got larger, the engine got larger, and I'm not positive that the SL500 is the last of that model line, but it might be. Anyway, it's a really nice, beautiful car. I've always liked the lines of that car. We'll have a last look here at the SL500. Another Porsche 914. This was, I believe, from the mid-1980s, and a lot of people didn't think it was a Porsche because it had a kind of I think it had a 4-cylinder engine in it, but it's got a nice body style, and I think it's held up well.
Remember, we met because of where the seatbelt was cutting in. Once you get used to it, but it doesn't bother me. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why.
And a car you don't see too many of, the DeLorean. You don't see too many of them because not very many of them were made, but that is the DeLorean. The brainchild of John DeLorean, who at one time was the president, I believe, of the Pontiac division. Okay, here's a 718 Cayman in a very, very bright shade of green. Wow, that's a nice vehicle. And then here's one in red, the coupe, and this one's the Spider or convertible or roadster or whatever term is being used for it. And then GT 4.0 Boxster. This is a, I don't know what year this is, but it's a nice looking vehicle. From Florida. All right. We'll kind of take a walk out here. The further back you go in the show, the less dramatic the cars are. The ones that really want to be seen get here early. But there's a few back here that are very interesting. Got a Trans Am that was coming in when I was coming in. Not particularly exotic there, a BMW. got a BMW with a very cool German Shepherd dog. All right, across from me, I've got some more. That's an Audi TT, and got a couple of Porsches. There's a Honda leaving, and there's another Porsche coming in, and a Mini Cooper. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice original style Mini Cooper. And we got a few people who rode their motorcycles today. Got a KTM, a Honda. Over here is a Triumph. Ducati here and a Suzuki. Okay, now we've got I believe that's a 63 Impala Super Sport. Not positive, but all in red interior. Look at that. Beautifully done. And this is a 57, kind of a hot rod. These almost are like Good Guys type cars. That's a resto mod. It's got lots of modifications done to the interior, and that is nothing but red all the way. And we got a Chrysler, well, maybe, no, yeah, Chrysler 300, it looks like it. Look at that cool dash, push buttons. Oh yeah, yeah. Chrysler 300F. That is quite a vehicle. Look at that. That is really something. A lot of time and good old-fashioned money went into that. Very, very well known front end. And we're not finished yet because this is a Jaguar XK120, I believe. I believe I've seen this car here or at the Novato Cars and Coffee before.
Went around his hindquarters too, and each leg had a handle on it. And the babysitter walked him.
Look at that wooden dash on that Jaguar. That is beautiful. Well restored, and this is I believe a 1951 V8 Custom. The 49s, 50s, and 51 Fords looked very similar, but I believe, based on the grille of this one, this is a 51.
That car got installed. That car got installed.
Ah, that's kind of a giveaway. It's got a license plate there that says 1951. So yes, the first car I ever learned to drive was a 1951 Ford. It was a family car. Beautiful dog, that car. Look at that. Of course, it wouldn't be Cars and Coffee if there wasn't any coffee. So we've got espressos, a drip coffee and pastry. There's a few pastries left, it looks like. Yeah, look at that. We've even got a little swag for people. We've got some stickers, a sweatshirt, hats, little buttons. There we go. It's about 25 after 9. I've been here for a little over an hour, and I'm going to sign off now and head home and do some editing on this. So when you see it, it will be hopefully nicely edited. But for now, it's time to sign off. Thank you very much. Please like and leave a comment if you would. And you can subscribe to the channel as well. Most of the material on this channel is either music or cars. Thanks a lot.